Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I made this simple and charming DIY decorative farmhouse style window frame. So let's just dive right in. All right. First up, I'm using my multi-angle miter shear cutters to trim off the ends of the paint sticks and make them all the same length. I love this tool and I'll leave a link below. If the ends feel a little rough, you can smooth them out with sandpaper, but mine are fine, so I just skip that step. Now it's time to lay them out and grab the paint. You can wait until the frame is assembled to paint it, but I find it easier to get full coverage if I paint it beforehand. I'm using all-in-one paint in the color Sage. It's a chalk style paint. It's my first time trying this brand and I really like it. Okay, after the paint was dry, I used Waverly Dark Wax. I apply it and then I just wipe it off, and it gives it the aged look, and it also brings out the wood grain. It shows more detail and gives it more of a rustic. You can see here the difference in the one that I have applied the wax to and the one I haven't, and this just gives you an idea of the difference it makes in the wood coloring. Here I'm just applying it to the back of the boards that hadn't been painted, just to give y'all an idea of what it looks like when it's applied to bare wood. I also use it like this on quite a few of my projects, and I just thought I'd show y'all. All right, and now you can see them brushing the dark wax on the ends and wiping it off, but leaving just enough to give it more of an age rustic look. And I'll continue this until I get it the way that I want it. All right, now it's time to put the frame together. To begin with, I spaced them out 3 across the bottom and then 3 across the top, just to give an idea of what it's going to look like, get a visual for it. Okay, get that first corner lined up and wood glued down. I staple it with some key nails staples, and then I take away all the 4 boards that make the square, and I set the rest aside. I make sure all the edges are square, and then apply a small amount of Gorilla Glue, and then use my stapler with the T-nails and staple 2 in each corner. Uh, Um, each board is 17 inches long, so I measured it to find the center, which is 8.5 inches, and I laid the middle board across so I could mark it and know exactly where to, lay it back down after I apply the wood glue. And again, I stapled 2 T-nails on each end. Same process for the final board. For this one, I placed a small support piece underneath to prevent cracking when I staple, push down the stapler. here I just measure again on the other end to make sure that the board didn't slip at all when I stapled, and then I didn't have to readjust it before I made the final staples. Once everything was secured, I flipped the frame over and then added a bead of wood glue around the edges just for extra strength. Alright, now it's time for the chicken wire. I didn't have a piece large enough to cover the whole back, so I worked one side at a time. I trimmed the excess with the wire snips. You start by stapling one corner. Clamps would hold the wire in place. Mine slipped a bit, so I definitely recommend using them. I'm also using the U-shaped staples for this part instead of the T-nails. You just pull the wire tight and staple the opposite side, then repeat for the remaining edges. Hopefully you've got a piece that's big enough to cover the whole thing and you don't have to do it in two steps like I did. But if so, the concept is the same. Just staple it on the edges and then worry about the middle. With the overhang of the wire, the excess, just snip that off with the wire cutters, or if you have a really good pair of uh, strong scissors, you can use those as well. Here, I'm just using needle nose pliers, and the ends of the wires that where I had snipped them off, I'm bending them underneath so they're not, any of them's not poking out where it'll scratch a wall or whatever I have it up against. Alright, once the chicken wire is securely on it, it's pretty much done. You can either leave it like this and put it on a mantle or a tabletop, just prop it up against the wall, or you can add a hanger. I'm not sure where mine will go yet, so I hot glued a piece of twine across the top. I tied it on each end and then hot glued it, so I got both options. Here's the final piece. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment and let me know what you think and how you would personalize yours. And if you make one, I'd love to see how it turns out and how you embellish it. And don't forget to check out the DIY scarecrow video too. It pairs perfectly with this window.